What is up, guys? I know my hair is a mess. I gotta go and retwist it. Also, I went to go see my nieces and nephew a few days ago, and I take my hat off when I get to their house, and one of my nieces said that I look like it just looks like worms coming out of my head. Like, I don't know why. Kids are just so mean. I don't know why. Their bluntness is just, wow, you guys are jerks. But other than that, yeah, I wanted to talk about the whole Tim Pool and quartering situation. It might be moot at this point because they both actually kind of kissed and made up, and which is actually a really, really good thing, which is really positive. But we're still having a lot of these weird like feuds going on with the like libertarian rightist side of things, like the Daily Wire and Stephen Crowder, the James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, and the Tim Pool and the quartering situation. It's kind of blown over, but I'm still seeing people being upset. Like, I just spent like a good 45 minutes on Twitter. A lot of the people are just still mad at Tim, even though he came out and now understand about the whole Eliza Blue situation. I'm still seeing people just call him out for, I honestly don't know. And if you guys don't know the whole Eliza Blue situation, I don't even know who she is. I know she was on Timcast a couple times, but I didn't even see either of the interviews. I see her pop up on Twitter every now and then. And she has some type of title at Twitter. She was like a victim of trafficking, and she also was in some World Star hip hop videos. She was kind of like the girl that just shakes her ass on camera. And I saw the video, and I thought it was like some type of tape of her and some other people, like that was way more explicit. But no, it's kind of just, all right, she's a thought shaking it. I didn't really understand why. I don't know if there was more videos or a bunch of things, but there are more things come to light. But her opinion about like adults and children, it's like a whole weird thing that's going on. The whole situation was that Tim Pool didn't really want to talk about it, and his entire fan base got mad. And then Tim came out and said on his podcast that he thinks that it might be a bot farm or someone going in and manipulating and creating drama, because now all these people are fighting. And he called out like the quartering and Brinty Venti, all these different things. It was just a complete crap show. It just went all over the place. They did make up. Some people are still upset. I hope the mending goes across the board for everybody, and we get back on track and talk about more of the cultural issues. I want to come in and kind of I don't know if defend. Okay, I won't say defend. I would say I understand Tim Pool and his frustration, because like I said earlier, I spent like 45 minutes on Twitter trying to get more information to like learn things, and just not everything on there is just frustrating, anger, just nothing wholesome. That's the thing I really miss. I've been going through and watching a lot of old content, watching things from my childhood. And one thing that I see that is completely divorced from my entertainment is wholesomeness. There's nothing wholesome anymore. It's just division, anger, just nastiness all the way through. I try to find an escape on my days off. I love listening to the Lotus Eaters, Gothics, Tim Pool, Eric July, but on my days off, I do not want to listen to any of them. Very occasionally I will, but I try to stay away from it as much as I can. On the weekends when I'm with my fiance, I'm not even on my phone at all. I don't even touch it. I get so many messages and notifications, and I purposely ignore them because I do not want to spend my whole time online arguing or just seeing stupid drama or making me upset. And people also have to understand Tim, he only gives a little bit of what happens in the behind the scenes of the whole Timcast, his whole organization. He's had about 15 swattings in the last year. He's been doxxed multiple times. He's had people try to break into his home. He just has so many things going on. In every single episode of IRL, he says that he goes out and he gambles and he hangs out with people. He's in the news. He's tuned into the news every single day, but on the weekends is the only way he can decompress and try to get back to reality. He wants to open a shop. I feel like he just doesn't want to talk about politics or the cultural things because it's just so stressful, inundated over and over and over again. And I think that's why he wants to do more in the in-person events, the coffee shop. He wants to go out and skate. He just wants to run away from all of it. And I think it's more that Tim is just getting burnout at this point. And I don't think he's getting burnout of making content. It's more burnout of just talking about the same thing over and over and over again. Children getting abused, being mutilated, people dying, people getting shot in the streets, people screaming in Congress, the president, the entire political sphere just lying and spitting into your face, everything getting so expensive, people lying about you online. And Tim also gave, like a few months ago, I can't remember where it is, I don't know if I'm able to find it, that he says he gave like a whole story about people he used to work with, very, very close friends, completely screwing him over and lying about him. I don't know if any of this is true. I can only have Tim's word about it. It was one of his former co-hosts, and this person like backstabbed him. He paid him a lot of money, and now he goes out and he just spreads lies constantly. And I'm not going to go in and try to do that whole thing. I can't really remember it, but it just seems like this guy is just under an insane amount of stress over. And I think the Mr. Beast portion does play a pretty big role into it, because Mr. Beast, he goes out and he just makes a video about just helping people, curing a bunch of people's blindness, and he foots the bill for it. Leftists are completely upset about it. I completely don't agree with them being upset. It's just really, they're upset for like the dumbest reasons or the completely wrong reasons. They're just upset for like the dumbest reasons. It's not even a good one. It's just that they're upset that it's not free. It's just something, it's just stupid. And one of the bigger leftist commentators that got upset was Hassan Piker, and he said he was infuriated that Mr. Beast had to go out and pay for it, and it's a paywalled surgery, which all surgeries are paywalled, okay? And Tim Pool was like, hey, I'm upset too. Why are we sending all this money to Ukraine? Why can't we just spend that money on the American people? And Hassan came out and got upset and made fun of Tim Pool. When Tim Pool is trying to go out and reach across the political aisle and shake someone's hand, they always spit back into his face. And I think that also piles onto it. This guy's getting he gets death threats. His family gets death threats. His employees do too. People dox him. They lie about him. People constantly trying to get money. There's drama every single day going on. There's also drama within his own community, and people that he thought he loved and were friends with, they completely backstabbed him. And people he's trying to mend and trying to cool things down, because the whole Civil War thing, he actually believes it, and I kind of believe it too, with the things going on, a couple of Republicans getting shot and killed. It's just the political sphere is just so old. It's all over the place, culturally, politically, people having insane mental illnesses and letting that be their defining character. It's horrifying, and it's really, really sad, and it's scary. And last night, Tim also made a video about viewerships for everything is just down. No one watched the inaugural address, the thing that Joe Biden did and his wife and Kamala Harris's husband kissed at. I can't think of the event. He was going through and saying like, yeah, no one's watching that. No one watched the Grammys. No one's watching TV. A bunch of viewership has fallen. I think people are just done. I think people are just getting burnt out too. I think everyone's just burnt out. And also, remember what year it is. It's 2023. So we're going to see political campaigns ramp up tenfold in the next few months. We're just be inundated over and over and over about just political lies. It's not going to be fun. I honestly think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. I'm trying not to get black-pilled. I hope you guys aren't out there too. But just try to stay away from so much negativity. Don't stay on Twitter. Just try to stay away from your phone for like a day or two, and then jump back in. And then we have to have cool off periods. It's because the internet just constantly over and over and over and over and over and over again just they want your attention with everything. Why do you think they did a satanic Grammys show? You think they really care? They just did that. It's all for attention. It pissed you off, and now you're talking about it. That's all they care about. Lady Gaga has some chick vomit all over her while she's playing drums. These people are just desperate for attention. They need people to talk about them. It's shock content. It's nothing. They're not building culture. They're not saying anything important. They're not adding any value to your life. And I know that's what pissed Tim Pool off, is that the quartering, he kind of does do the TYT thing a little bit, where he overly exaggerates everything in the title and the thumbnail. The thumbnails are amazing, by the way. But I think calling it TYT is a little bit more egregious, a little too egregious. He did apologize, but it's a little too egregious because TYT would just flat out lie about everything, and they'll show you a video and just completely lie to your face on top of it. I don't know if I said it earlier, but there was a video of Tim giving this anecdote that he gives out a lot, saying that, yes, men and women are completely different, because if you do or say something with a man, even if you like physically touch him in a non sexual way, no one's going to say anything. No one cares. Nothing happens. But if you do the exact same thing to a woman, all hell breaks loose. And he wants to, and he just said that. He says it a lot, all the time. Someone from TYT took that clip of him saying it, every single word. They had the clip in there and said, he wants to assault women.
There are a lot of things that you could be upset about right now. Rising food costs, for one, the housing crisis, attacks on trans rights and reproductive rights, of course, a lack of affordable health care in this country. But podcaster Tim Pool isn't upset about any of those reasons. No. He's upset because he can't sexually harass women in the workplace.
If you go to work and you're a dude and you walk up to another dude and you go, "Whoa, Ricky, you working out, man? You're looking good. That's a nice suit. What is that? What is that made of? Velour? I don't know. Is that a thing? Whatever. A silk robe?" My point is this. If you walk up to a guy and you're a guy and you go, "Whoa, bro, looking good, man. You working out? You lost weight? Wow, great suit, by the way." Nobody cares. Nobody bats an eye. Now imagine the same thing. You're a guy and you walk in, "Ooh, Diane, you're looking good. You working out? That's a nice dress. Oof. You're getting written up." Imagine if you walk up to a guy and you put his hand on his shoulder and say, "You really did a good job out there, man." No one cares. You did it to a woman? Maybe not, but you have the potential to be getting written up. They'll say, "Hey, look, you touched her. She didn't like it. We're warning you not to do it again." You'll be like, "I put my hand on her shoulder and said, good job. You can't be touching employees like this."
Okay, I have thoughts, but let me just get the serious stuff out of the way first. The standard for what's considered sexual harassment in the workplace is exceptionally high. It has to be severe and pervasive, and touching your coworker's shoulder would definitely not reach that standard. Okay, serious stuff out of the way. Even Tim Pool has to be aware of the completely different tone he adopted in his hypothetical compliments, because he's talking about the guy and he's like, "Whoa, Ricky, bro, you're looking great. You've been hitting the gym." But then when he turns to compliment this hypothetical, theoretical woman, Diane, he's like, "Whoa, Diane, I love that dress. Oof." Like, he has to know that even in this situation he invented, he sounds creepy when he's trying to compliment the woman.
I don't know how you jump from A to N that fast, and it made absolutely no sense. And these people, they like to bait just to get you up, other people upset, and people screaming at each other. We can't do this because the Project Veritas is too important. Daily Wire, Steven Crowder, they're just way too important for us to all be fighting like this. I think Tim and the quartering see that. I hope the fans can see that, because I went through Twitter and a lot of the YouTube comments. It's just people still just dogging on him over the Eliza Blue situation. And I'm just like, guys, just we have to figure out a balance of what to talk about, what not to talk about, and how invested we should be in. Because I really didn't want to bring up that Lady Gaga thing, because she wants me to bring it up, because that's what they do. You think they just did that just for like the album art, or they thought it was something important that someone should see? No, they did that because it's disgusting and they'll get viewership out of it. This is just how sad our entertainment is at this point. They can't even make something meaningful and good. All streaming services, it's nothing really new or nothing popular. It's just old garbage that's been sorry, I shouldn't say garbage. Like, because The Office, people just keep watching that over and over and over again because it's the only good thing that's out. I'm sitting there watching Everybody Hates Chris, a show that ended well over a decade ago. Just finished Breaking Bad again, ended a decade ago. It's just, man, I want something new. I think people are just tuned out. They want something else. And yeah, that's really my whole rant on the whole thing. And I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys get some exercise and drink a lot of water. So that's my part, and peace.